I don't know, something just feels off. The boulder feels conflicted. When someone reposts art with no credit attached, this is what happens. Yesterday my Toph painting was on the front page of Reddit with the only credit buried deep in the comments and my signature cropped out. Now it's been set loose all across the internet with my name gone. Toph's family, both pictures. Toph's family, both pictures. Uncle. They're just jumping on the Avatar bandwagon. They're not true fans. Prince Zuko. Everyone starts their Avatar journey somewhere. Now there are more friends to share a nice cup of tea with. Soccer mastered all 4 non-bending styles from each nation. When you realize The Last Airbender has stood the test of time and still talked about 12 years after the finale. The only reason the Toph character is played by a big 6 feet 5 inches buff man in The Boy in the Iceberg play is because everyone the writer spoke with about her didn't want to admit they were defeated by a 12-year-old girl. Out here living my best life. Zuko is drowning. This ain't about him. Ah, yawns. I'm going to sleep. Katara, my mother used to sleep. Then you've learned nothing. No, I've learned everything. And I've had to learn it on my own. So just duck me, huh? Don't taint your victory. So this is how the great commander Zao acts in defeat. Even in exile. My nephew is more honorable than you. The boss when you fight him. The boss when you unlock him as a playable character. Begging you guys to look at the Dutch dude who got the gold in windsurfing. Winning in the Olympics in cosplay is the biggest legend move ever. I love that, as soon as Zuko felt comfortable with the gang, he immediately started gushing about Iroh. My beautiful boy got friends for the first time in his life, and he made tea for them, and tried to tell a joke, and told them all about his favorite person in the whole world. It just makes me so happy that he got to have that. Original Avatar The Last Airbender cartoon actual Chinese. Live action movie thingy triljibasish. Can you believe 14-year-old Dazzler delivered the best line of any villain ever? Don't flatter yourself. You were never even a player iconic. Actually the best line of any villain ever was, maybe you should worry less about the tides, who've already made up their mind about killing you, and worry more about me, who's still mulling it over. Also spoken by Azula, age 14. Sokka's master is such an iconic episode. The A plot is about Sokka getting a dope ace sword. The B plot is about Iroh getting swollen. The C plot is about Sokka's friends just sitting there talking about how much they love Sokka. A perfect episode from start to finish. Me watching the Avatar The Last Airbender finale with my sister and talking to friends at school about it. Me watching the next generation of fans love the show as I did 12 years ago. How to summarize all 3 seasons in a single screenshot. All laughing except Zuko. I need someone to be my earthbending teacher. Maybe send me an angel. The nicest angel you have. Laughing. I just realized in the scene where Iroh and Zuko reunite, Iroh has no idea about the things Zuko has done to redeem himself. He doesn't know Zuko joined the Avatar, taught him firebending, risked his life several times, etc. All Iroh knows in the moment is that his nephew found him again and is sorry, and that's enough for him to forgive Zuko everything. I think one of my favorite realizations from my Avatar The Last Airbender rewatch is how often Iroh was just vibing with the gang, even when Zuko was still trying to capture them. Pirate episode, Iroh's just standing right next to Katara going, yeah, this kind of is your fault. OG Avatar The Last Airbender fans. OG Avatar The Last Airbender fans. New Avatar The Last Airbender or Legend of Korra fans. You don't understand. The live action movie does exist. I watched it last week. Equality through persecution. Reconnection through destruction. Freedom through chaos. Order through submission. Secret tunnel through the mountain. You might think you're the greatest earthbender in the world, but even you can't bend metal. And I took that personally. It's times like this when I wish I'd listened to what uncle told me. Why? What did he tell you? I don't know. I didn't listen. Avatar. One of the most visually impressive animated shows ever made. Also Avatar. Take a moment to remember that this guy thought during one of the most important battles in Fire Nation history, they were gonna have a birthday party for him. Yes, we all love seeing teenage kids take on oppressive governments in yacht stories, but I'm here for the old men who refuse to be products of their time and use their wisdom and influence to fight the good fight. Which TV character that arrived after the first season made the show infinitely better? Toph. Somebody breathes. Katara, my mother used to breath. The show audio on Netflix. The Nickelodeon jingle before. You're pretty. Can I have some of your hair? No. I mean, if there was a choice between kissing you and dying. We shall meet again soon. Beautiful woman. What? I'm saying I'd rather kiss you than die. That's a compliment. I'm Milo. What should I call you other than beautiful? So, Papa. Jose woke up thinking he was gonna take out the Earth Kingdom, and ended the day getting his bending taken away by a 13-year-old vegan. Appeared in second season, instantly made the show better, willingly abandoned lavish lifestyle for squalor, locked away from society for large part of their childhoods, continue to support the gang with their wealth and connections, horrible manners, previously moonlighted as pro wrestlers, visually impaired. Do you realize that killing people is a crime? Please show me the law. law.cornell.edu/uscode/text/18. I'm not reading that. The fact that Iroh managed to track Aang down so quickly in Ba Sing Se is further proof that he could definitely catch Aang if he wanted to. Kissing Sokka after he saved you. It's actually Suki. Netflix should use the cast of the last Airbender movie for their live action remake of the series to play the actors in the Ember Island Players episode. How did you find me? Well, a crazy king told me I had to find an earthbender who listens to the earth. And then I had a vision in a magic swampland. How the duck is this dude telling the truth? I love how when Zuko's anger was striped away, he was just left with awkwardness as his main trait. Between Aang's death and Jinnora's birth, Tenzin was the only remaining airbender, which is kinda terrifying amount of responsibility for someone who is not the Avatar. Avatar fans asking for a third Avatar series. Nickelodeon giving us an entire Avatar cinematic universe. Toph was shown easily bending a meteorite that Sokka gave her, meaning that Toph can bend any dirt regardless if it's from Earth or not, meaning Toph could have definitely bent the moon, and the only reason she didn't do it was out of respect for Sokka and his ex-girlfriend. Toph doesn't know where the duck the moon is. Whack. How the hell did Azula survive without a helmet? Boomerangs were invented and are able to break kangaroos' necks. See, Azula isn't a kangaroo. Is there anything you can't do? 11-year-old radio host inspires America with her vision of hope. See. My name is Aang. You mean Aang, right? You man Aang, right? Me in real life. My reaction when Netflix auto plays a trailer for one of their new original series. The only reason you should be interrupting me is if you have news about the Avatar. Momo, just chilling at the Southern Air Temple. Ah. You amuse me, I will make you mine. The sword is a simple tool, but in the hands of master, it becomes the most versatile of weapons. But this show is TVY7, so you'll almost exclusively use it to knock away an opponent's weapon before kicking them off screen. It's crazy to think about that King Bumi has seen Sozin's comet 2 times in his lifetime. When you didn't know Prince Zuko was skilled with broadswords. I didn't know you were skilled with broadswords, Prince Zuko. Don't know why some y'all shocked about Zuko being dumb enough to ask Azula no lightning today. This is the same guy who asked Katara for a rematch in the middle of the North Pole during the full moon. If a show was released today where a disabled girl dominated 90% of fights she was in, was never a love interest to anyone, and actually taught the male protagonist 25% of his combat skill set, they'd call it woke propaganda. Anyway, her name is Toph. Maybe the moon spirit just turned mean. The moon spirit is a gentle, loving lady. She rules the sky with compassion and lunar goodness. I decided to watch The Last Airbender since you recommended it to me. I understand why you like it so much now. It's a great movie. Avatar's greatest weakness, Fire Nation girls. In my vision, I saw a girl in a white dress with a pet flying boar. That's Toph, buddy. I still can't believe you left me for someone 16 years younger than you. My father was 98 years older than my mother. It runs in the family. I get asked to do voice notes as Kuvira a lot, and it seems like folks are really down today, barring making me say anything I disapprove of. Anybody have any requests? Maybe one day I'll do a bigger batch for charity, but right now, let's do some for a smile on a dark day. I doubt you will ever do this. King, batter, I'm trying to sneak around Republic City, but my robot is dummy thick and the clap of its ace cheeks keep alerting Korra. Your wish is my command. Well, I did have a girlfriend, May. That gloomy girl who sighs a lot. Yeah. Me in class learning about Aristotle and his theory that all matter is made up of 4 elements. All this 4 element talk is sounding like Avatar stuff. Are we ignoring the fact that Sokka invented pyrotechnics, submarines, made air power relevant, and found a way to escape an inescapable Fire Nation prison in half a day? As an airbender, I'm committed to peace and preserving all life as precious and sacred. Appa, Die Butch. Avatar The Last Airbender. Avatar The Last Airbender. If Appa started eating mother duckers. Credit to Azula for being the only villain to just hit the hero during their elaborate power-up sequence. Getting another live-action remake nobody asked for. Getting a spin-off show on a completely new Avatar. Getting an open-world Avatar The Last Airbender video game. Can you imagine how the whole energy bending scene must have looked to Sokka and Suki? Sokka, oh my god, I think Aang's losing. Suki, you don't know that. Maybe red is Aang's color. Sokka, you think the mother ducker who was planning to genocide the entire world with fire has a blue aura? Toph, what the duck are you guys talking about? Sokka, it's the same color as his tattoos. Of course Aang is blue. Toph, Aang has tattoos? If you ever feel useless, remember the hole in Toph's earth suit. Wow, you look beautiful. Don't talk to the commoners, Katara. You, my father, who banished me just for talking out of turn. My father, who challenged me, a 13-year-old boy, to an ugly guy. It was to teach you respect. It was cruel, and it was wrong. Then you've learned nothing. No, I've learned everything. And I've had to learn it on my own. People who are excited for the Netflix's live-action series, Avatar The Last Airbender fans who are still in doubt that the series will ever meet their expectations. I once ended a 5-year relationship. I'm sorry to hear that. Must have felt terrible. It was okay. It wasn't mine. Shout out to that one female guard who was super nice to Uncle Iroh while he was in prison, always bringing him extra food and rare tea, and calling him General. Shout out to her for being so nice that Iroh legit went listen. Shut is gonna go down tomorrow and I don't want you here for it. How about you take the day off? Her name was Min, and she was a real MVP. She was voiced by Serena Williams. Yes, that's Serena Williams. Why would I choose cosmic energy over Katara? It's the way Aang went. What is unlimited and infinite power in the entire universe to a woman's love? Avatar: The Last Airbender has great non-bender characters. When your nephew has his head shaved because of a Chinese tradition, you take full advantage of the opportunity. Top 10 TV shows in the US today. Number 1. The Legend of Korra. I'm number 1. You gotta deal with it. Kanna had to have known that women weren't permitted to learn waterbending in the north when Katara said she was traveling to find a master. Therefore it is my personal belief that Kanna sent her 14-year-old granddaughter to kick Pakku's ace. The worst part of Appa's capture was the fact that the viewing audience at the time had to wait 4 months, since July 2006, when he was finally found. Those were stressful times. Barges in. Bends without bending. Refuses to elaborate. Ice. How Ozai sees her. How Ursa sees her. How Zuko sees her. How Toph sees her. If I was surprised at anything, it may have been that it seemed like people were less willing to let Korra make mistakes than they were with Aang. Brian Konietzko. I love how Tenzin tries so hard to be patient and serene like his father, but clearly inherited his temper from his mother. Airbnb suggests the existence of other BNBs, Water BNB, Earth BNB, but that all changed when the Fire BNB attacked. In 2004, we learned that we had to change the name of our show from Avatar to Avatar: The Last Airbender because James Cameron already had the rights to a movie called Avatar. Now the sequel is called The Way of Water. If part 3 is called The Firebending Masters, we riot. I always call them the Blue Avatar and the Good Avatar to avoid any confusion. Which cartoon character had the best character development and why? Hello, Zuko here. Today I realized that the reason Aang was sent to the Eastern Air Temple specifically was because he was meant to train and learn to control the Avatar state under Guru Pathik. Also, let us appreciate how he waited 100 years for Aang's late ace. I was a spiritual brother of your people and a personal friend of Monk Gyatso. That's why I came to the Eastern Air Temple. I've been expecting you and the young Avatar for quite some time. The Avatar will be sent away to the Eastern Air Temple to complete his training. Avatar: The Last Airbender RPG successfully funded on Kickstarter in 16 minutes. In only one day, the campaign already got more than $1 million. To Aang: why aren't you saying anything? You once said you thought we could be friends. You know I have good in me, Zuko. I love how Zuko recalls Aang's speech in the Blue Spirit episode about whether they could one day be friends. Aang made that comment almost a year ago, and we can tell Zuko's been thinking about it ever since. The Oregon Zoo has named their red panda cub Pabu. Meet Pabu. The Oregon Zoo's red panda cub has officially been named. Korra be like. Chapter 1. Join a sports team. Chapter 2. Kel God. Zuko's character arc cannot be rivaled. Boulder. Listen up, Toph. You may be big, but you ain't bad. The Boulder's gonna win this in a landslide. Negatory. The Boulder and the Hippo no longer fight for others' entertainment. Now, we fight for our kingdom. Okay guys. We need an idea for teaching Aang firebending. I could just not learn it. We could find Jan Jan. Hello. Zuko here. It was incredibly obvious that Zuko used firebending to light those lanterns, but have we considered the possibility that Jin didn't say anything because of the whole there is no war in Ba Sing Se mentality, aka implying that Ba Sing Se residents just don't consider firebenders an actual treat or anything out of the ordinary? No one batted an eye when Jet came in screaming that Iroh and Zuko were firebenders, so it's entirely possible that many Ba Sing Se residents have been conditioned to not be worried about that at all. Today we talk about how Ty Lee stopped flirting with Sokka when he told her he's involved with Suki, a respectful queen who knows her boundaries. She was born ducky. I was ducky to be born. Zuko, I can't put my finger on it, but there's something off about her this time. Azula. Zuko, Azula always lies. Azula always lies. Azula, father changed his mind and wants you to come back home. Zuko, you son of a butch. I'm in. The Netflix live action show will probably be really good because the original creators really want to do it and need to have some really good stuff up their sleeves to justify adapting a TV show to another TV show. Also Jeremy Zuckerman is making the music again, so that'll be fire. Suki going to Sokka's tent. Zuko going to Sokka's tent. If you're jumping on the Avatar The Last Airbender bandwagon just because it's on Netflix and never even watched it as a kid, let me just be straightforward. Welcome aboard. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did or do.